From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, this is exciting Imperial Valley football on VSNSports.net, the Valley Sports Network, the source for Imperial Valley sports. For John Moreno, this is Vic Carrillo of Bulldog Media at Birger Field in the beautiful city of Holtville as the Vincent Memorial Scots journey to the northeast to Holtville to take on the hosting Holtville Vikings. Both teams come in with a 5-2 record, but more importantly, Vincent is 1-0 in Desert League play, while the Vikings lost 41-7 to the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets in Blythe. From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez.
Out of the gun, looking over the middle, way deep. Pass is caught by number 21. Touchdown.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Birger Field as the visiting Vincent Memorial Scots and their captains going out to midfield to meet with the Holtville captains, Seth Hilfiger, Donovan Johnston, Toten, along with Peyton Knighton. We'll give you the Vincent captains after this. It's Max Ascolani, number 7, Jacobo Elias, number 8, Diego Elordi, number 9, and Jesus Hurtado. They're conferring with the Imperial Valley referees. Wearing the white cap is Gene Martin. He's joined by the umpire, John Robb, the head linesman, Nathan Burkins, the line judge, James Bentley, and the back judge, Michael Garcia. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Vincent Memorial Scots come in with 5 consecutive victories after losing 55-7 at Balboa Stadium in San Diego against the Cavers of San Diego, then a heartbreaker the following week in the last seconds on a field goal at Southwest High School against the Eagles, 28-27. But since the insertion and immersion, John, of sophomore quarterback Jacobo Elias, it's been lights out for the Vincent offense. As David Wong comes in with 7 years coaching, he's won 49 games, lost 11. His best team was in 2015 when they won the San Diego CIF Championship in Division 5, and they made it all the way to the state finals against Galileo High School, where O.J. Simpson played high school football, losing in the closing minutes there. They've won 10 games and lost 4 in the Manzanita League, and now it's the Desert League. And his offensive coordinator and assistant head coach is Fernando Santana. They run a spread offense, and they like to run a 4-3 defense. We'll give you the update on Holtville as Jason Turner comes in. He's been coaching for 7 seasons as well. This 5th season, correction. Against Vincent Memorial, he has a 2-2 1-loss record. They've won 5 division championships. They were the division championship last spring in the shortened season because of the COVID pandemic. He comes in with 32 total wins to his resume, and he runs an offense, a pro-set balanced offense that features quarterback Spencer Hilfiger along with brothers Peyton Eiten and Seth Eiten, along with their cousin Donovan Johnston. So we welcome the voice of choice, John Moreno Brown, as we get set for the opening kickoff.
By Brian Padilla for the Vikings, and the Scots deep to receive is Armando Apodaca. As we're getting set, we still got some time on that clock. It's counting down from 30 seconds.
So deep to receive, John, you have number 33, Apodaca, and number 13, Andre Rodriguez.
And these are the go-to guys for Jacobo Elias. They're always in their patterns, and Elias is looking for these guys when they've got the ball, and they're going to get the ball first here tonight.
And the up back, number 1 is Velati. The mid-range receivers are Ascolani, Gallego, and Sanchez. The front 5, Gastelum, Montaño, Bejarano, Zavala, and Hurtado. As we get set for the Padilla kickoff, the ball at the 40-yard line, the players wearing pink accessories in honor of Cancer Awareness Month.
A line drive there down to the inside the 20. That is Velati. And he'll take it. No, that was number 13. That was Andre Rodriguez. Took it to the 44.
So offensively, the Scots will come out at quarterback, number 8, Jacobo Elias, Apodaca, Rodriguez in the backfield. The wideouts, Elordi, Velati, and Max Ascolani, the tight end. Left to right on the offensive line, they go with Marco Gastella, Manuel Montaño. The center is Gabriel Guilin. The right side is Jesus Alonso Hurtado, and the right tackle, Miguel Reynoso. We'll give you the Holtville starting defense after this play.
So 1st and 10 for Vincent. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the near side. Elias out of the shotgun. Looking to the right, throwing it out, airing it out deep. Looks like it was intended for Andre Rodriguez, running a fade route on the far side.
There's a flag on the play, John. They may roughing the passer there, so that'll be an automatic first down as Holtville counters with, on the front line, Daniel Ledesma, Ben Betancourt, Elliot Ortiz, and Smith Hilfiger, and Andres Luna. The linebackers are Mason Toten, Dorian Mays, and Fermin Velarde, the leading tackler for the Holtville Vikings. The defensive backs are Donovan Johnston, number 6, Luis Garcia, number 25, and number 21, the strong safety, Peyton Eiten.
So a 15-yard penalty. The Scots move the ball. Or they're spotted at the 42. Elias, a little dump and run. Pass was caught. And that is Apodaca picking up around 9.
Well, John, they like to run a spread offense, and the running backs will split out to either side as wide receivers, and they like to use them. Instead of having a straight handoff, they'd rather just use a flare pass or a little dump and run like you saw there to get the ball in your best player's hands any way you can.
1st and 10. Elias over the middle. Pass is caught. Number 1.
Velati.
That is Velati. And he'll pick up another 9, maybe 10.
Luis Velate, one of the keys that Fernando Santana was telling me during the week that the quarterback looks for, if the middle linebacker is blitzing, the tight end runs to that vacated spot. If it's a corner blitz, then the wide receiver, and you saw Velate run to the spot vacated by the cornerback on that previous play.
Incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Scots. deep in Viking territory.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, the game is just underway. It's the first offensive series for the Calexico pardon my French, the Vincent Memorial Scots, and they've advanced the ball to the Holtville 23-yard line. 10:59 remaining in the first quarter. No score in the ball game.
3rd and 1. Now he's got a backfield with Andre Rodriguez and Apodaca, but a timeout is called.
What's that old saying? Once a bulldog, always a bulldog. We got to get that out of our system.
You got to get that out of your system, Vic. For the best burgers in town, it's Burgers and Beer at 260 North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. Open 7 days a week and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Burgers and Beer is a place to watch the big game. Great food and great service. That's Burgers and Beer. By Ivy Welding and Mechanical, industrial welding contractor. That's Ivy Welding. Call Fred Baeza at 760-482-WELD. Ivy Welding and Mechanical in El Centro. And by Marianne Valenzuela Finley, your State Farm Insurance agent. And like a good neighbor, she's at 122 Main Street in Brawley. Call her at 344-0447.
Well, John, can the Holtville defense, led by Daniel Ledesma and Ben Bendencourt, put enough pressure on the quarterback, Jacobo Elias, an outstanding sophomore quarterback? He comes in with 66 completions and 111 attempts for 1,130 yards.
Jacobo under center and a keeper to get that first down. He does take it to about the 21, so move the chains for the Holtville Vikings. The Vincent Scots.
Last week, John, against the Calipetra Hornets at Cal Jones Field in El Centro, Jacobo Elias accounted for all the 41 points as he kicked all the extra points. He threw 3 touchdown passes, and he himself scored 3 touchdowns on the ground. So a complete package, and he's only a sophomore.
1st and 10, out of the shotgun this time, Jacobo Elias. Looking to his right, a man is open, and that was Armando Apodaca.
Number 33 running a curl pattern there, 10 yards downfield inside the 15-yard line, and he was trying to run before he caught the pass, and a little overeager, the pass falls incomplete. So it'll be a 2nd and 10 for the Vincent Memorial Scots, going right to left on your visual screen. The Scots are wearing old gold pants, white jerseys with blue numerals, and the Las Vegas gold helmets, similar to what Notre Dame wears.
2nd and 10 at the 21.
And a lot of Catholic schools, John, wear those colors.
High snap, looks like a screen. Pass is caught.
That's Ascolani.
Ascolani, not much there. So they'll go down now to a 3rd and 10 at the 22.
Well, making the tackle for Holtville was number 34, Elliot Ortiz, 5'10", 210-pound nose guard, and wasn't fooled there, so it'll be 3rd and 11, a loss of 1 yard on the play. No score in the ball game yet on a beautiful night for football.
This is the Ides of October 15, 2021.
The Vincent Memorial JV defeated the Holtville Viking JV 23-15 earlier this afternoon.
A high snap, Elias feeling pressure, lets it go, and almost intercepted there.
I was trapped there by
number 9.
By number 9, that's Dorian Mays, who had a 90-yard kickoff return against the Imperial Tigers 3 weeks ago, and to give the Vikings then an early lead, and they eventually succumbed 14-8 in the last minute of the ball game. A heartbreaker. Then they last week lost 41-7 to the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets in Blythe, and now they're coming back here 0-1 in league play against the 1-0 Vincent Memorial Scots. This is the game for the championship, if you will.
Empty backfield. 5 receiver set. Jacobo Elias out of the gun. 4th and 11. Over the middle. Intercepted. Number 10.
That's 10 or 11.
That is 10.
That's Fermin Velarde, a defensive back, making that interception, thwarting the Bulldog, the Scott effort to get into the end zone.
There's a flag on the play, Vic.
Speaking of Calexico, they played last night and took a thumping from the Brawley Wildcats, right?
Holding against the Scots. Penalties offset.
So the
Illegal block for the Vikings. So, yeah, we'll get to those at halftime, more than likely, to talk about what the other schools are doing tonight.
The head referee, Gene Martin, wearing the white cap, is the one that gave the call there, holding against the Scots, and as a result, the penalties declined, and Seth Hilfiker will now lead the Viking offense out on the field. He'll be joined by Roger Wolf, Peyton Knighton, Seth Eiten, and Donovan Johnston. Tight end is Mason Toten. The offensive line is Daniel Ledesma wearing jersey number 15, Austin Trevino, Alan Marquez, Roldan, and Hilfiker.
Hilfiker with a little quick pitch to the left side. And that's Donovan Johnston gets the pitch. He'll pick up 5.
Defensively for the Scots, they go with Pablo Zavala, Gabriel Gonzalez, Diego Santillan, and Emilio Fimbres, the front 4. The linebackers are Esteban Sanchez, Roliver Aguirre, and Juan Carlos Bejarano. The defensive backs are Nicolás Dávalos, Diego Gallego. The free safety is Miguel Ruiz, and the strong safety is Max Ascolani.
2nd and 5. Hilfiker out of the shotgun. Back at the 20-yard line. That looks like
Hilfiker
keeping the football, going down the far sideline. The 20, will get down to the 20. And Hilfiker from his own 20 gets to the Vincent 20.
Well, he faked the dive to Peyton Knighton there at the 20-yard line. And the Bulldog defense, the Scott defense of Gabriel Gonzalez and Diego Santillan, they all bit there in the interior. He pulled the ball out, raced down the far sideline. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, a former offensive lineman with a great throwing arm. And as a result, he lumbered all the way down the field on the far sideline in front of the Vincent bench to the 21-yard line of Vincent Memorial.
First and 10 at the 22 going in, 8:25 to go first quarter.
A pickup of 59 yards.
That's Peyton Knighton. Takes the ball into the end zone. Touchdown, Holtville.
And just like that, behind the blocking of Daniel Ledesma and Austin Trevino, the Vikings hit pay dirt first as they draw first blood at 8:13 remaining here in the first quarter.
But there's a flag on the play, Vic.
A flag on the play, so hold your horses. No score in the scoreboard yet. And they're marching it off against the Vikings, so there might have been a hold there at the line of scrimmage. And that's what it is. Gene Martin gives us the holding call. So an outstanding run by Peyton Knighton, nullified by that penalty, moving the ball back to the 27-yard line of Vincent Memorial.
1st and 17.
Hand off to Peyton Knighton.
Yes. And he'll move it up a few yards.
So offensively, the Vikings like to have a balanced attack on this pro set. The quarterback will sometimes line up under center, but most likely he'll line up in shotgun formation with the 2 running backs on either side of him, rarely going into the power I formation. Toten is the leading receiver. He wears jersey number 11. He plays the tight end position, so look for him to run a crossing route.
Hilfiker out of the gun on a 2nd and long. Another interception, this time by the Scots.
Pass intercepted by the Scots.
That is number 7.
That's Max Ascolani, the free safety, as he was covering Roger Rolfe, who ran 10 and out pattern, and Hilfiker's pass on the money, but stepping in front was Ascolani, so the Scots, take over at their own 23-yard line.
7.5 minutes to go first quarter. No score in the ball game. The Scots got the football.
And we're wearing neutral-colored polo shirts, John. We're not wearing garnet and white.
Elias out of the gun. Rodriguez split to the near side. 3 receivers on the far. Elias, high snap. He's running now. He's scrambling, and he does the right thing.
Late hit.
Late hit on.
No flags. 2 referees right there. I can't believe it.
Well, he was hit there pretty close to the bench.
He was 3 yards out of bounds when he got hit. He had already conceded the run. Tonight's referees, ladies and gentlemen, representing the Football Association Imperial Valley officials, Gene Martin, John Robb, the umpire, Nathan Binkins, the head linesman, James Bentley, the line judge, and Michael Garcia, the back judge.
So a yard pickup on that scramble by Elias. He's got doubles. One lone setback. Quick pass to Apodaca. Turns it up the field at the 20 and dives into the first down marker.
Well, Apodaca came into the game, John, with 19 receptions for 320 yards. His running average out of the running back position is 3.2 yards, so mostly he's inside the tackles when short yardage. But it's when they go to the air that they utilize his ability to get to the outside, and he's a possession receiver.
3rd down and 3, and he does get a lot of the passes.
The receivers with breakaway speed are Diego Elordi, number 9, along with Andre Rodriguez, number 13.
So under center now, Elias. It looks like it may be a false start against the Scots.
So offensively, the Scots go with Gabriel Guilin, number 58, at center. The guards are number 54, Manuel Montaño, and number 57, Jesus Alonso Hurtado. The tackles are number 59, Miguel Reynoso, and number 56, Marco Gastelum. The tight end is Max Ascolani. He wears jersey number 7, and he'll alternate at times with number 14 at tight end, Hector Manriquez, a junior, 5'11", 165.
So a 3rd down and 8. The ball at the 25. Doubles with Elias out of the shotgun. Fake pump. He's going to roll this way. Gets a good block and gets the first down and more, Vic, and he'll pick up about 15 on that carry.
Well, that was number 9, Dorian Mays, who was guarding Andre Rodriguez, here running a 15 and out pattern, but Elias electing to run with the ball as he was forced out of the pocket, picked up a couple of good blocks there to free him, and he was able to scamper up to the near sideline here, advancing the ball to the 38-yard line of Vincent Memorial. With 6:35 remaining here in the first quarter, no score in the ball game. This is Vincent's second offensive series.
1st and 10 at the 38.
You got an empty backfield, John.
And Elias with Rodriguez in motion. Elias out of the shotgun, looking for Apodaca. Caught at the 43 and gets another first down as he scrambles up to the 50.
And that was number 4 of the of the Holtville Vikings, Saul Axel Banda, 5'5", 140 pounds, as Vincent likes to pass, and pass some more. Okay?
So they're going to take it into the Viking territory at the 49, and that's what they've been doing.
And speaking with Fernando Santana, a lot of these kids have a lot of experience in Pop Warner-style football with the Zorros program in Mexicali, and prior to that it was the Halcones. But he figures the high school defenses aren't sophisticated to handle a passing attack.
Another pass caught by Apodaca for another gain of about 10.
And it's a real simple philosophy, John. I don't want to overtalk this, but the tight end looks at the middle linebacker. If the middle linebacker blitzes the quarterback, the tight end runs to the spot that the middle linebacker vacated. If the corner blitz is coming, Apodaca, the running back, will be flanked out. He'll run to that vacated spot and run a curl pattern.
So they look for the open field.
Yeah, they run to the empty spot.
A pickup of 9, a 2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line with.
And they'll keep running it till the defense stops them.
Elias under center, handoff to Apodaca. He'll get the first down with a few yards.
Well, he picked up his average 3.5 yards per carry there as the.
So first down and move the chains for the Scots. In the first quarter, 4:51, we are scoreless.
So the Scott offense has the Viking defensive secondary on their heels, but this allows the defensive front of Ledesma, Betancourt, Ortiz, and Hilfiger, along with Toten, just to blitz, just to pin their ears back, John, and just go for the quarterback.
Everybody's in tight now with Elias out of the shotgun. Looking over, passes caught, number 1. That is Luis Velari, another 8-yard pickup, and moving closer to the 30.
Velati, I was ready to order something from Starbucks, with cream on it.
Velati. So Velati on that pass reception.
So an excellent core of receivers in Velati, Manriquez, Escolani, along with
Rodriguez and Apodaca.
And don't forget Elordi.
Elordi, we haven't seen much from him, but he's the quarterback now in the receiving position.
Well, right, and he knows the offense better than anybody. He knows what patterns the receivers are supposed to be running. He recognizes the defenses, John. And last week against Calapat, he had an 85-yard touchdown reception. So he's an outstanding athlete, overcoming an injury to both knees. They would call it rug burn on the artificial turf of historic Balboa Stadium in San Diego when they played the San Diego High School Cavers the first game of the season.
Rodriguez in motion. Elias rolling out, scrambling, looking deep.
No
And
pass
he was
interference.
looking for number 9. That's Diego Elordi. And no flags on that one.
So speaking of Elordi, the pass intended for him as he got behind Johnston, number 6, the defensive back. The other thing I like about design of the Vincent offense is when the quarterback is flushed out of the pocket and has to scramble, he'll roll to either sideline. Whatever routes the receivers are running into the defensive secondary, they break from it and they run to the nearest sideline, and the quarterback will throw to a spot, not to the receiver. So the receiver knows where to run for the ball, but the defensive back doesn't.
2nd and 7 from the 35. Elias out of the shotgun. 4 receivers on the near side. Looking.
Intercepted
by, that's Peyton Eiten. And he's still on his feet, coming against the grain. Crossing midfield to the Vincent 40. So
And
Peyton Eiten on that interception.
And he was tackled by wide receiver number 1, Luis Velate. Otherwise, Eiten might have taken it to the house, John. So with 3:48 remaining here in the first quarter, once again, Elias throws his second interception in the first quarter, denying the Scots an opportunity to score. The game is still scoreless as 6'2", 220-pound quarterback, number 22, Spencer Hilfiger, comes in to lead the Vikings out of their huddle.
Big plays by both teams here in the first quarter.
He'll be joined in the backfield by the Eiten brothers along with Donovan Johnston.
That's Johnston now on the handoff. He'll pick up 6. So Johnston for the Holtville Vikings will take it to about the 34.
Tackled by number 2, Juan Carlos Bejarano, as the Vikings go with Mason Toten, the tight end, Daniel Ledesma, Austin Trevino. On the left side, the centers, Alan Marquez, number 63, Alexis Roldan, and Smith Hilfiger on the right side.
2nd and 4. Johnston one more time, finds room and takes it into the 25 to about the 23, Vic. A 1st and 10 for Holtville. Move those chains.
Bejarano again on the tackle, but that's another Holtville Viking first down.
Another tackle by number 2, Juan Carlos Bejarano. And that's not good, John, when your linebackers and your defensive backs are having to make the tackles.
Hilfiger out of the shotgun, hands it off. Johnston to the 20.
Bejarano along with number 23, Nicolas Davalos, there to make the stop. Davalos from his outside linebacking position. It looks like number 30, Diego Gallego, one of the inside linebackers, comes up limping.
So 2:51 to go first quarter, no score. Ball at the 21 of Vincent. The Scots on the Vikings
are in the
with
green zone.
Hilfiger out of the shotgun.
They're in the green zone, John, from the 30 to the 20. He fakes the handoff.
And he'll keep it. And a horde of Scots bring him down for no gain.
That was number 50, defensive lineman Diego Santillan for the Scots. 240 pounds, making the tackle on the 6'2", 220-pound Spencer Hilfiger.
So a 3rd and 10.
So the clock is still running, 2:14 remaining here in the first quarter.
Hilfiger will give it to Seth Eiten, left side. Gets 5.
Seth Eiten, only a sophomore, Johnny, comes in with 600 rushing yards. Thus far, to his credit, Peyton Eiten is one of the leading rushers in the Valley with 800 rushing yards. The leading passer is Jacobo Elias with 1,130 yards passing on 66 completions. So we've got a couple of stars here playing on this game of the week at Birger Field in Holtville, featuring the 1-0 Vincent Memorial Scots and the 0-1 in Desert League play Holtville Vikings.
So a 4th and 5, and they're going to go for it. Hilfiger looking, shooting, a man is open, caught, touchdown! Holtville, Roger Rolfe was open in the end zone, Vic, and from the 16-yard line, Holtville gets on the board, takes it to the house.
Well, how do you like that? Roger Rolfe running a 10-and-out pattern, standing inside the 5-yard line as Spencer Hilfiger faked the dive to Peyton Eiten, rolled out to his right, and fired a beautiful spiral, hitting Roger Rolfe right in the number 3 on his chest, and as a result, the Vikings score first.
Going for 2.
That's Peyton Eiten
With a Wildcat, and he gets a 2-point conversion. So 1:24 to go, first quarter. Vikings 8, Scots 0. Check out the top-notch barbershop at 317 Wake Avenue in El Centro. Open 7 days a week. Military and senior discounts offered every day. The top-notch barbershop. And by the Calexico Chronicle for the most in-depth local and regional news. It's the Calexico Chronicle, chronicling our community, border region, and beyond since 1904. The Robinson Ford family is proud to support breast cancer awareness. We pray for the many people in our Imperial Valley who have suffered from this grave illness. Stomp out breast cancer in the month of October. Robinson Ford Sales reminds you that due to the chip shortage, new car inventory is increasing slower than usual. And by Letterman and Bros. We'll get to them after the kickoff here by the Holtville Vikings, Brian Padilla.
Well, back to receive is number 33, Apodaca, along with 13, Andre Rodriguez,
And
number 5, Sanchez.
Apodaca picks it up at the 5, coming straight up the field. Stutter steps and is brought down at about the 27.
So number 9, Damian Mays making the tackle. So the Scots will take over for the 3rd time in the first quarter at their own 31-yard line. They're going right to left on your visual dial. Holtville, if you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, on a 16-yard pass from Spencer Hilfiger to
Roger
Rolfe for the first points in the ball game, and then the 2-point conversion by Peyton Eiten, giving them the 8 points that they lead by with 1:18 remaining here in the first quarter.
Doubles with a shotgun snap. Apodaca in motion. Elias rolling out to the right, scrambling, looking, keeps it, and gets the 10 yards, and still on his feet, but knocked out of bounds, probably around inside the 40. At the 41. So a first down for the Scots on that keeper by Elias.
That was number 3, Roger Rolfe, that knocked him out of bounds, but not until Elias was able to pick up a much-needed first down to keep this drive alive as time is called by the Holtville Vikings with 1:04 remaining.
Letterman and Bros, have you earned your varsity letter? We'll get your Letterman jacket started today at Letterman and Bros. Call us at 760-693-5034. Ask for Dan. Esquer Realty. Need real estate services? Thinking of buying or selling a house? Wondering what your property is worth? Get top dollar on your investment. Call Mark Esquer, the Mark of Excellence, at 357-9707. And you want to stay up to date with the latest in Imperial Valley sports coverage? Follow us on Twitter at Valley Sports Net and make sure to have your post notifications turned on. The Town Pump Steakhouse is open now Tuesday through Saturday. Call them at 344-3663 for reservations. The Town Pump serves up a delicious savory steak and lobster dinner. Come by and experience the Valley tradition for over 50 years. So 1st and 10 for the Scots at their own 41.
Defensively, they go with Ledesma, Betancourt, Ortiz, Hilfiger, and Luna, the front 5 for the Vikings.
Elias, shotgun snap, shoots it to number 7.
Ascolani.
Escolani incomplete. Ascolani running a crossing route.
Ascolani, the tight end, was open. The ball was right there, but unable to come up with a catch as number 10, Fermin Velarde, covering on the play.
We got about a minute to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Holtville.
So defensively, they go with number 9, Dorian Mays, Fermin Velarde, Donovan Johnson, number 6, Luis Garcia, 25, and Peyton Eiton, number 21, the defensive backs for the Vikings.
2nd and 10 at the 41. Shooting the pass over to the right flat to Rodriguez is incomplete. He had to come back for it.
Well, John, the offense is designed to have the pass thrown within 2 to 3 seconds. Anything after 3 seconds is too long. And the pressure of the Viking defense forced Elias to throw it early. And as a result, Apodaca wasn't into his pass pattern yet. And so the pass falls incomplete. So if Elias is able to get some time, he'll be able to come through.
So a 3rd and 10 at the 41. Empty backfield. Elias out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Has time, now rolls out.
Has a lot of room.
Looking deep. And looking for Apodaca, coming back, incomplete. Apodaca on the seam.
He had a lot of green space in front of him, John, from the 40 of Vincent to the 30 of the Vikings. If he would have just taken off and run, he would have picked up more than a first down and possibly been able to take it to the house. I know assistant head coach Fernando Santana doesn't want him to run with the football. He wants him to throw it or hand it off.
So number 15 will be punting for the Scots, and that is Jose Guevara.
He's the kicker, the play, and the punter.
And
Elias is the place kicker.
And Guevara, nice spiral punt, will be fielded inside the 20 by number 9, Mays.
Dorian Mays.
Breaks a tackle, but is brought down soon enough at the 31. So 41 seconds in this first quarter. The Vikings back on offense.
That was Max Ascolani making that tackle there on the punt coverage team as Dorian Mays ran a touchdown back against the Tigers to open the game 2 weeks ago, 90 yards. So he does have that breakaway speed, John, to take it to the house from anywhere on the football field.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikes at the 30. Hilfiger.
So what do you like what you see right now thus far?
Well, I see an exciting game in the making, and I see 2 very well-coached teams that are putting up a good fight. So almost a first down there by the Vikings. That was number 9, or who was that? Who was that with the ball?
Dorian Mays, number 9.
So Mays does get a first down, Vic. They'll spot it at the 40.
He has breakaway speed, John. Both teams are evenly matched, and they both come into the game with 5-2 records. But as you pointed out at the beginning of the commentary, a tale of 2 cities.
Passing and running.
The Scots come in with a 5-2 record, winning 5 consecutive games. Holtville opened up the season with 5 consecutive wins, and they've lost twice in a row.
Hilfiger couldn't get anything there.
Pressure put on by number 50, Diego Santillan, the defensive lineman, as the Scots go with Pablo Zavala, Gabriel Gonzalez, Santillan, and Emilio Fimbres, only a freshman, the younger brother of Baraquel Fimbres, a standout football player for the Scots from his freshman year. Turned down a couple of college offers, and he's assisting David Wong and Fernando Santana on the coaching staff.
2nd and 10 for the Vikes. Hilfiger out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Peyton Eiton.
And Bejarano, Juan Carlos, number 2, was the first one to make contact to bring him down.
Gets 6 yards, Vic.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Today's game is being brought to you by
Imperial Printers. At Imperial Printers, we are ready to help you with your next project. Give us a call at 352-1300. Imperial Printers, what can we print for you today? Subscribe to our VSN YouTube channel and follow VSN on Instagram. You need a job? Need to hire someone who needs a job? Give Keystone HR a call at 357-2929 for all your staffing needs. Keystone HR in Calexico is a proud sponsor of Imperial Valley football. The Dom Team Real Estate Company serves the entire Imperial Valley with a full array of services, limited not only to residential, but including farmland, commercial, and industrial ground. Give the Dom Team a call at 337-8600. So as we start the second quarter of play, switching sides, the Vikings will have a third and about 4 from their own 46.
So the Vikings close out the first quarter here at Birger Field with an 8-0 lead. They have the ball now. The quarterback is Spencer Hilfiger. He's joined by his cousins, Peyton Knighton and Seth Knighton, along with Donovan Johnston.
Spencer Hilfiger out of the shotgun. Calls the signals, claps and hands it off to Seth Knighton, gets the first down, crossing midfield into Scott territory.
And he's brought down by number 4. Vincent doesn't have a 4.
So it's a first down for the Vikes at the 47.
Oh, it was a crooked 5, John. It's Esteban Sanchez.
Hilfiger handing off again.
Running a trap play.
That is Peyton Knighton. Another 5-yard gain, maybe more. Looks like 6.
Let me look at the JV lineup.
So a 2nd and 4, the ball at the 41. Second quarter of play, 11:32, we're just starting.
They must have found him in the stands and given him a uniform.
Hilfiger will hand it off to Knighton. That is Seth Knighton. He'll get the first down and move the chains for the Vikes. Ascolani in on the stop for the Scots. So the first down, the ball at the 35. Hilfiger and company. Claps his hands. Peyton Knighton, right side. Nothing there. In fact, perhaps a loss. Brought down on the play by number 5. That is Esteban Sanchez for the Scots. A loss of 2.
Well, John, we apologize, or I do, for the wrong number on Miguel Reese. They have him on the roster as number 3, but he was given jersey number 4 before the game started, so he's number 4 that's been in several tackles.
Okay, well, we got to make a note of it.
So Miguel Reese, the younger brother of Fidel Reese, and the son of Katina Ramirez from the class of '82 at Vincent Memorial.
2nd and 12. Hilfiger. Quick pitch. Peyton Knighton going to the right. Takes it to the 30. Well, you were at Vincent for how many years, Vic?
20.
As a teacher and vice principal, athletic director.
Basketball coach, assisting Dennis Jacobelli, and baseball coach. Worked the lunch line at the cafeteria. Parked cars and did everything else. It was part of the carpool.
There you go.
But it was fun, John. It was fun. A great school, great academic standing.
3rd and 4 at the 29. Wildcat offense to Peyton Knighton. He'll get that first down and move it to the 22.
And whatever the sister servants of the Blessed Sacrament asked of you, you were ready to help.
So Vikings will move the chains, get a 1st and 10 at the 22.
You know, speaking about Vincent Memorial, John, it was an all-girls school established in 1966 from Our Lady of Guadalupe High School over where the convent is now of the nuns on Rockwood. And they moved out to their current location in the fall of '66.
Hand off to 17. That is
Duarte.
Stephen Duarte picks up 7.
Anyway, to finish that thought, Mother Lucila was the principal in 66, and then she was succeeded by Mother Aurora, and then in its heyday, Sister Ana Rosa Aceves is the one that really developed the school in the mid-70s to through the 80s, along with Mr. Stephen Kohler, who was the vice principal. The first freshman boys were admitted in the fall of 76, only 5 of them. And now they have 29 freshman boys on the JV team.
Seth Eiten with the 1st and 10 takes it to the 12-yard line.
So anyway, Vincent Memorial started football in 1999 under Jaime Santos, and 15 years later, they were competing for the state championship against Galileo High School. So the program has enjoyed a lot of immediate success as that handoff goes off to
Donovan Johnston.
Donovan Johnson, who takes it inside the 10,
So
close to the 5-yard line.
it'll be 1st and 2nd and short. But yeah, Vincent has a storied history in Calexico, and you were a big part of that, as was your dad.
Oh yeah, but there's a lot of others that have contributed. Right now, Jesus Mano Gonzalez is the athletic director and has been the athletic director for the last 21 years, and they've won a lot of championships in all sports, and with limited resources, John, he's been doing an excellent job.
So Donovan Johnson takes it to the 1 and gets a 1st and goal from there.
Castellani on the tackle. 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 2-yard line as the Vincent defense has to stiffen up here.
Hilfiger finding Johnston, and Johnson finding the end zone. Touchdown, Holtville. From a yard out, Donovan Johnston takes it to the house.
Running behind the blocking of number 69, Alexis Roldan, and 73, a freshman, Smith Hilfiger, 260-pounder. He was able to find a running lane, and the 5'6", Donovan Johnston, able to sneak it through. And as a result, with 7:22 remaining here in the second quarter, the Vikings jump out to a 14-0 lead over Vincent Memorial. Are they going to go for 2, or are they going to bring Padilla in?
No, they're going to go for 2. They might do the Wildcat like they did. They've got Seth Eiten in the backfield,
So
Hilfiger out of the shotgun.
They want to keep the...
A little razzle-dazzle from Johnston to Hilfiger, and that 2-point conversion is good.
Well, it's kind of like what the Eagles did in the Super Bowl with Nick Foles, where he goes out as a receiver and the defense wasn't expecting it, and the throwback by C.J. Johnston is successful. So with 7:22 remaining here in the first half, Holtville 16, Vincent Memorial 0.
Your county supervisor, District 1, Jesus Cachu Escobar, is a proud sponsor of VSN. Jesus Escobar civic and community involvement includes being a board member of the Border Communities Capital Company. He'd like to wish all Valley teams a great season. Ojeda Industries in Brawley is commercial and industrial equipment supplier and the Imperial Valley Press Reader's Choice for the best farming equipment provider in 2019. Ojeda Industries in Brawley.
Well, the Scots come out with Gastelum, Montaño, Bejarano, Zavala, and Hurtado, the front 5. Ascolani, Gallego, and Sanchez, the next row of receivers, along with Valati, Rodriguez, and Apodaca playing deep.
And a line drive kick that'll go into the end zone and will not be returned as Apodaca takes a knee down there.
So the Scots will take over at their own 20-yard line, going left to right on your visual screen, down by a score of 16-0, John. They need to get something going to go into halftime with at least some points on the board.
Well, they got this drive here in the second quarter that if they play their cards right, can take it down the field. They'll be taking it at the 20.
Well, the Scots have been their worst enemy as they've given 2 turnovers via the interception route, and as a result, that killed a couple of positive-looking drives early in the ball game. So offensively, the Scots come out with Elias at quarterback.
He's in the shotgun. High snap. Looking for somebody, scrambling. evades a tackler, and just like you said, finds Apodaca close to the sideline.
A beautiful execution of their scramble play where Elias is flushed out of the pocket, forced to run to his right, all the way back to his own 5-yard line, and Apodaca running a 10 and in pattern just stopped and dug his cleats into the ground and ran to the nearest sideline, and there the ball was waiting for him.
A pickup of 14 on that pass. Rodriguez in motion. Elias is rolling out that way, decides to keep it, finds a lot of room, gets a first down, breaks a tackle, and takes it to the 49. So he'll pick up another 14, 15 yards on that keeper.
That was number 9, Dorian Mays, along with Mason Toten, number 11, making the tackle. Number 52, Ben Bentoncourt, one of the nose tackles for the Vikings, and the down lineman also hustling over there to assist on the play.
So a first down for the Scots. Pretty close to midfield. Empty backfield. Elias out of the shotgun, looking left, right side. Passes caught, number 1. That's Luis Velati. He'll pick up 6.
And he's taken down by middle linebacker number 21, Peyton Knighton, as the Vikings go with number 50, Ledesma, number 52, Betancourt, number 34, Ortiz, number 73, Hilfiger, number 90, Luna, and number 11, Mason Toten, along with their linebackers and defensive backs, number 9, Dorian Mays, 10, Velarde, 6, Johnston, 25, Luis Garcia, and 21, Peyton Knighton, who just made that tackle on Velati.
Under 6 minutes to go in the half. Elias shoots it, caught by Andre Rodriguez for a gain of a couple.
Rodriguez running a short 5-and-out pattern, loses his footing there, and but able to pick up positive yardage. It'll be 3rd and a short 2 for the Scots. The ball at the 43-yard line of Holtville. They need to get down to the 42-yard line for a first down. Make it the 41 to be more exact.
So Elias got strips left and 2 receivers here to the near side with Rodriguez split. Elias out of the shotgun finds Apodaca. Apodaca has a lot of room now. The far sideline, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Vincent Memorial. But there's a flag.
A 43-yard touchdown pass catch and run as Apodaca running a curl pattern. Once he caught the ball, he did a dig step towards the center of the field. The defensive back, Mays, bit on it, and then he broke to the outside and high-stepped it and put on the afterburners to hit pay dirt. But let's see what the referees are conferring about, who the flag is against. More importantly, John, going back to Elias, he's connected on his last 4 passes, so he's starting to get hot.
It looked like there was an ineligible receiver downfield. So the linemen were ready to block and were running, got a little excited. That's coming back. And they'll spot it.
Well, an outstanding play by Elias to Apodaca for what they thought was a touchdown of 43 yards. Now it'll be 3rd and 7.
At the 48.
At the 48 of the Vikings. So from a 3rd and 2 and a missed scoring opportunity, it's 3rd and 7.
Trips left and Elias out of the shotgun. Quickly shoots it. Andre Rodriguez. A gain of 2.
Well, a receiver has to know the down and distance. You've got to run your pass pattern to get the necessary yardage for a first down if they throw the pass your way. And Rodriguez there came up short by 4 yards, and as a result, the Scots are faced with a 4th and 5 from the Viking 46-yard line.
And
the ball's at the near hash mark in front of the Holtville bench.
And they're going to go for it, Vic.
Well, they have to. It's excellent field position for the Scots.
Under 4 minutes to go, first half. High snap. Scrambling and sacked. Elias there by number 50.
Was that 52 or 50? 50. So that was Daniel Ledesma. He used to be wearing jersey number 29, but now that he's on the line, he's He's switched jerseys to number 50, and as a result, turnover on downs. The Vikings will take over at the Scott 43-yard line. Can you believe it? How many times have I said that? You guys are keeping a chart on me.
I'm keeping count, Vic. That's 8 times.
8 times.
And so 1st and 10 for the Vikes.
I don't even say Bulldogs that often when I'm doing the Bulldogs.
So that's number 24, Seth Heighton, coming this way with a 5-6 yard pickup.
Number 50, Diego Santillan, along with Emilio Fimbres and Gabriel Gonzalez, in there to make the stop. So the Scott defense, with 3:25 remaining here in the second quarter, can't afford to give up another touchdown to the Vikings.
Hilfiger hands it off.
That looked like number 3, Roger Rolfe, the wingback. Oh, it was Donovan Johnson, number 6.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of action tonight.
Yeah, wearing a single-digit number on his jersey, along with number 3, Roger Rolfe.
3rd and 2 from the 35. Johnson again, right side. Will get the first down and take it to the Scott 32.
So running behind the blocking of number 50, Daniel Ledesma, along with number 56, Austin Trevino on the right side. The center's number 63, Alan Marquez. The left side is Alexis Roldan, 69. And number 73, only a freshman, Seth Hilfiger, 260-pounder. They're providing running room for the Holtville Vikings, who are running counter plays as well as trap run plays, catching the Bulldog defense, the Scott defense overreacting.
Over the middle, pass is caught. Number 3 for the Vikes, Roger Rolfe. Touchdown, Holtville. Running a seam pattern. He'll take it to the house.
Well, just like that, they had the Scots focusing on the run between the tackles, and all alone, a seam pattern in the middle of the field. There was not a Scot there near him, and Spencer Hilfiger, with a 3-step drop, just fires a nice spiral, and as a result, with 2:11, the Vikings extend their lead to 22 as they go for another 2-pointer.
And then another Wildcat this time didn't work. So the 2-point conversion didn't go as planned.
So that was Peyton Knighton trying to surprise the Scots with that trickery.
Looks like Seth, his brother.
Seth, number 24.
24. So 2:11 to go. First half, 22-0 Holtville. Patient care is our number 1 priority with Reach Air Medical Service, medical air transport. Compassionate, medically effective methods for patient transport. That is Reach Air Medical Service, modern day heroes. You can count on good old Donnie Wharton to provide the best service around, and by Arctic Air Conditioning and Heating, as we know that having the right people on the job is just as important as choosing the best equipment. And contact Arctic Air Conditioning and Heating at 352-8855, proud sponsor of Imperial Valley football. And by Sanders Incorporated, Architecture and Engineering is our expertise, a leader in design, development, and delivery. Sanders wishes all our Imperial Valley schools a safe and successful season. Brian Padilla getting set to kick off. And it'll be a line drive kick picked up at the 15 by Andre Rodriguez. Finds room on the left side. Will take it inside midfield to the 47.
Well, he took the ball at his 15-yard line, John, ran to the middle of the field looking for the picket fence in front of the Vincent bench and put his head down and just bowled his way from the Vincent 40 to the 47-yard line. An excellent return of 37 yards, and so the Scots will take over with 2:03 remaining here in the first half. And speaking of Rodriguez, we expect to have Cesar Rodriguez as our halftime guest. Here, he's a Board of Trustee member of the Imperial County Office of Education.
We've got 4 receivers here, the near side. Over the middle, Elias shooting, intended for number 9, Diego Ilurdi, incomplete. Under 2 minutes to go, first half, 22-0 Holtville. So a 2nd and 10 for the Scots at the 47. Trips right. Elias out of the shotgun. Looking. Apodaca at the 45 of Holtville. He'll get the first down with a 10-yard reception.
Brought down by number 3, Roger Rolfe, along with number 9, Damian Mays, the defensive back. As the Scots can't give up here, John. They have a lot of offensive firepower. They can get back into the game quickly.
Elias with 4 to the left. And it looked like he was waiting for Andre Rodriguez to cut inside.
Well, Rodriguez read the defensive back who was on his inside shoulder, so he broke to the outside, and Elias, the sophomore quarterback, expecting a curl in, and fired the ball there. Luckily, it fell incomplete, so no harm, no foul. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 1:29 remaining here in the second quarter. The score, Holtville 22, Vincent Memorial 0. Vincent has the ball at the Viking 42-yard line.
2nd and 10. 4 receivers far left. Rodriguez to the near side. Looking for him. Pass is caught. Little dump and run at the 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown, Vincent Memorial with Andre Rodriguez.
A 43-yard touchdown pass and run from Elias to Andre Rodriguez, a junior wideout wearing jersey number 13. And so Vincent, with 1:20 remaining in the second quarter, finally gets on the scoreboard. And so they're down 22-6. Elias is also their place kicker, the point after attempt, John, and I think they're going to go for that. There's no panic in David Wong and Fernando Santana. They have plenty of time to get back into the ball game.
The snap and the set, and the kick is good. So with 1:20 to go in the first half, 22-7, Holtville. The perfect time for you to refinance may be now. Don't miss your chance to save cash or shorten your loan term. Reach out to George Nava of Nava Commercial Capital and Real Estate at 960-3049. Nava Commercial Capital and Real Estate. And Dippy Duck, IID's official safety mascot, has been teaching children water safety for more than 50 years. And recognizing the need to further educate the youth in the Valley, he recently took on the challenge of promoting energy safety as well. Remember, please stay safe around canals. Johnny's Burritos is a family-run business established in 1963 by Johnny Palomino and his wife Ana Maria Palomino. Eat what you love at Johnny's Burritos, located in Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial. So getting close to the end of the first half. The Scots on the board with a touchdown pass to Andre Rodriguez, Elias to Rodriguez. And now kicking off is number 15, Guevara. And deep to receive is Peyton Eiton.
And Dorian Mays.
Mays will get the reception at the 5. 10, 15, 20. And is stopped right about the 26. So the Vikes have a little over a minute to get something done and going at halftime.
Well, Guevara with a kick, and Gallego, Elordi, Manriquez, and Bejarano were all covering on the play as they were applying pressure, and Ascolani. So Dorian Mays returns the ball back with 1:11 remaining in the quarter. The ball at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line of the Vikings.
So the Vikings with the 1st and 10 in the waning minutes of the first half.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to stay tuned for our halftime show, as we'll be featuring Cesar Rodriguez from the Imperial County Office of Education Board of Trustees.
Hilfiger finds a new running back. No, that's Peyton Eiton picking up almost 20 yards on the handoff. Takes it to the 45, but there's a penalty marker on the field.
So it looked like number 5 of the Scots, Esteban Sanchez, there with that horse collar.
Personal foul, horse collar, and that's going to give him more yardage as they're counting it off already.
So wearing the white hat of the Imperial Valley Officials Association and an outstanding crew headed by Gene Martin, John, an outstanding team out here working the game for the Desert League.
So the Vikings cross midfield and are into the Scott 41-yard line with Hilfiger out of the shotgun. Johnston on a quick option pitch, turning the corner right side. It looks like he'll gain 15 and stop by number 52.
That was Emilio Fimbres, a defensive lineman, only a freshman, hustling his way downfield, John, to make that tackle, but not until Donovan Johnston was able to pick up the necessary yardage for his first down and then some.
Timeout is called with 50 seconds in the first half. Havens & Sons Trucking is located at 603 East Main in El Centro and specializes in gravel, rock, and stone. Contact Havens Landscaping for your next project at 352-6735. And by Fred Miramontes, Undersheriff, reminds you that you can start a neighborhood watch program in your rural area. The Sheriff's Department Crime Prevention Unit can assist you by meeting with you and your neighbors. Call them at 442-265-2000 for more information. Support your neighborhood watch volunteers. And by Que Pasa Calexico. Listen to the Que Pasa Calexico podcast for candid conversations with many of Imperial Valley personalities. Stay tuned for the next Que Pasa Calexico with Jose Alejos and Eric Reyes. Learn, grow, and make the Imperial Valley a better place. So a 1st and 10 at the 26. Going in, Hilfiger, shotgun, looking left side, open, number 9.
Mays.
That is Mays on a fade route, takes it to the house for the Vikings.
Well, somebody fell asleep there, John, because the Scott defense was thinking that they were going to run the football to try to run out the clock, and Hilfiger, who's an excellent passer, he's a big young man, 6'2", 220 pounds. He was a former offensive lineman, and they converted him to quarterback his sophomore year, and his debut was 5 touchdown passes against the Calexico Bulldogs. He didn't play his junior season, and here he is back as a senior and picking up where he left off.
Brian Padilla was going for the extra point.
So the Scots find themselves down by a score of 28-7.
The snap and the set and the kick is good. 28-7 right before half.
So Padilla splits the uprights with plenty of room to spare.
La Resaca has the absolute best Mexican-style seafood, chavelas, and of course, best clamatos anywhere. Try the Sonora Fusion in El Centro for the best cuts of aged beef. La Resaca at 221 Campillo in Calexico and in El Centro at 6th and State.
Well, John, this is a stunning reversal of fortunes. Here we thought that the Scots coming in with a 5 consecutive game winning streak and the Vikings with 2 consecutive losses, that it would be a different story. But Holtville, well prepared under the tutelage of Jason Turner, their coach, and they've sprinted out to a quick 29-7 lead. But Scots have the potential and the capability of coming back.
A nice kick by Padilla goes into the end zone. Apodaca takes it from the goal line, coming this way, but he hands it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is scrambling back and forth. He'll be stopped at around the 25.
So they were trying to set up the picket fence on the far side of the field from the 30-yard up, but Andre Rodriguez reversing his field, he saw a crease, and it quickly closed as Mason Toten was there to make the stop along with Ledesma. So the Scots, with 35 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, will take over at their own 26-yard line.
Let's see if the Scots can do anything in 35 seconds.
Well, they've got plenty of time, John, and with that aerial attack of theirs, anything is possible. So the Viking defense playing in a prevent defense.
Andre Rodriguez split to the near side. He's got 4 receivers on the left. Elias out of the gun, looking over the middle. Pass is caught. Number 9, Diego Ilurde gets a first down. A pickup almost 25 yards. He'll take it to midfield.
Just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line, 49 and a half, as the Scots in their hurry-up offense, an empty backfield in shotgun formation, and a timeout is called by the Vincent Memorial coaching staff, David Wong and Fernando Santana.
Whippy Duck wants to remind everyone to stay active, play safe, and be cool this summer. Even if you don't have access to a swimming pool, there are plenty of other ways to.
Welcome back at 1st and 10 for the Scots at midfield. Empty backfield. Elias. Shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking left side. Number 1, there it is. Caught the football. That's Luis Velati. He'll get another first down, and they'll spot it inside the 40 at about the 38. And they're hustling to get this play off with 15 seconds. Elias this time keeps it, goes up the middle, looking for the out of bounds, and will not get there. He'll stop at the 26.
But more importantly, Johnny got a first down at the 25-yard line of the Vikings as he zigged and zagged between the hash marks, advancing that ball. So with 3.4 seconds remaining, unless he throws the ball out of bounds or into the end zone, this might be the last play of the first half.
And it looks like everybody's out of timeouts. So they've got a good opportunity here, to score, as the Scots have had 1 touchdown called back, which could make a difference, could have made a difference.
It could change the momentum of the game.
Right.
As all of a sudden now the Scots are playing catch-up instead of being in the driver's seat by taking their early lead.
3.4 seconds in the first half.
But you have to give credit to the Holtville Vikings and their response by scoring 4 touchdowns here in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 26. Going in. Elias talking to one of his receivers. Wait a minute. Now 1 more timeout. I guess there was a timeout left for the Vikings.
So the Scots come with an outstanding fleet of receivers in Diego Ilorde, Andre Rodriguez, along with Apodaca, and Max Ascolani, and Velati, excuse me. So Elias has a number of receivers or options to look at, and you can't discount his running ability, John. When he starts to scramble, he's very difficult to bring down. He's very elusive. So with 3.4 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, the strength is in the athleticism of Elias.
And his core of receivers, too, because we've seen a lot of them catch the football and then get extra yardage running down the field.
Well, the ball's at the 26-yard line. So running your post patterns and you're down the middle, the field shortens up and it narrows. So his best bet may be running to the corners of the end zone to make it a one-on-one situation.
Rodriguez in motion. Elias out of the shotgun, takes a snap. Scrambling, looking over the middle. And the pass is intercepted by number 9, Dorian Mays.
Dorian Mays The pass underthrown as
No, sorry, that was C.J. Johnston.
or number 6 then. Okay, C.J. Johnston. So with
Donovan. C.J.'s the father.
yeah. So after 2 quarters of play, the Vikings go in with a 29-7 lead over the visiting Vincent Memorial Scots.
And we'll be back after this message.
Hippie Duck wants to remind everyone to stay active, play safe, and be cool this summer. Even if you don't have access to a swimming pool, there are plenty of other ways to cool off without going near canals. To play it safe, please remember Hippie Duck's rules. Never swim in a canal, never play near canals, and never jump into a canal. If you see someone fall in, get help or call 911. If something drops in accidentally, let it go. Things can always be replaced, but your life can't. Just stay away, and you'll stay alive.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today 760-337-8600.
From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, it's exciting. Imperial Valley football, brought to you live by Valley Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Birger Field in Holtville as the Vincent Memorial Scots visiting the hosting Holtville Vikings, going at halftime down by a score of 29-7. But the Scots, with a lot of arsenal in their offense, may be able to come back and overcome this deficit. But in the meantime, we have a Vincent Memorial booster and parent, but more importantly, he's an esteemed member of the Imperial County Office of Education Board of Trustees, and that's our good friend, Cesar Rodriguez. Cesar, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here.
So tell us, what are the exciting things happening now with ICOE, the Imperial County Office of Education, and the Board of Trustees, particularly as everyone's coming back from the pandemic of COVID-19 and now schools have been reopened?
Well, most definitely, the most exciting thing is we're back to school. And we have all the necessary resources to be safe and stay healthy and stay in school. But I would say that it's always been exciting because ICOE provides so many resources to the Valley. I mean, ICOE, I'm so excited to be there, but I'm also very humble because I've noticed, I know they always did great work, but they do so much good for this Valley. So much good for this Valley. The people that work there, the staff, they are dedicated people that like what they do. They like what they do, they love what they do, and that's why they're so good at it.
I think a lot of people aren't familiar with the role of the Imperial County Office of Education, as they oversee a large number of school districts, whether they're elementary school districts, high school districts, or combined, like the Calexico Unified School District, for example. And then you also have the country schools like McCabe and Meadows and Pine Union and what have you. And so that's a challenge in itself, as it encompasses the entire Imperial County, which is the second largest county in the state of California, but 7 major cities from Calexico to Brawley through Calapat, Holtville here to the east, El Centro in the center, Imperial, Ocotillo, and the responsibility falls on the Imperial County Office of Education. So what have been some of the challenges, let alone some of the opportunities that have arisen since your time on the board?
Well, first let me tell you, there's about 16 school boards. As far as challenges is to keep the people safe, and also to have everybody follow the rules that are implemented. But as far as that, it's just moving forward. That's really all where it is. We provide so many services. It's not just to those boards, but also we have pretty much, I don't think people know this, but we have offices and classrooms and services in all the school districts as well. Something we do is we provide the resources for the teachers to have the tools to continue and grow.
Right, professional growth is very important for the teachers in all the respective school districts, and you provide a lot of programs and plans in place for them to attend either at their school site or at the Imperial County Office of Education Center, which is out in the country on McCabe and
Mulberry. There's so many out there.
And let alone sending them to San Francisco, Sacramento, Washington, D.C., or San Diego, or more importantly, bringing those specialists and those experts to the Valley so that they don't have to leave to go to these and miss school time, and they're able to take that, get that valuable knowledge.
Yes, and let me, I would like to say what our mission is. Our mission is to help the community by providing resources, making our families stronger, and helping the students be prepared for life, career, job. And we also like to empower the community as well, so we can stay here, learn, and grow as well, and keep the people in the Valley and provide resources.
Besides providing the science, the technology, the engineering, and the math programs to all the schools now, and several schools are building facilities like the Central High School, Calexico High School has just completed their 2 multi-story buildings, etc., to accommodate the demand of not only the students but the career choices. And but yet we look at the other aspects of education, the interscholastic, the sports program. Vincent Memorial, for example, and Holtville have been competitors here in the Desert League. Tonight's game was to be a game for first place, where Vincent would solidify their position because they're undefeated in league, and Holtville was surprised last week 41-7 against Palo Verde and Blythe, but right now they have a 29-7 lead, and it's been very competitive. So Vincent, which started their football program in 1999 under Jaime Santos, the head coach, 15 years later, they're playing for the state championship in 2015. And now here they are with 29 boys, I understand, on the freshman program.
That is correct.
And so, Vincent doesn't have a feeder system where they can say, from the junior high, we're going to get 10 kids. From this other junior high, we're going to get another 20 kids to play football. So how has that contributed to the success of the Vincent program?
I think what it is that I think most of our players come from Mexicali, and they all played Pop Warner out there. And now, like in the Valley, there's a lot of Pop Warner leagues, a lot of teams, but in the Mexicali, there's only 2. So I think most of those kids know each other from Pop Warner, and they have sort of the same methodology of football, the system, the plays. So I think that's what led them to the success back 4 years ago.
Now, you used to also be on the Workforce Investment Board. How is that parlayed into your role as a board of trustee on the Imperial County Office of Education, where you try to meet the demands of the business sector, for example, that say, hey, we want these careers offered at IVC, at San Diego State, or even in the high schools for those that want to come out of high school, whether it's industrial training or what have you?
Well, I'm still on the board, first of all. I'm still on the board. But it's the same as ICOE. They provide training, they provide resources for those that want a different career choice. They work together. They work together. There's job fairs as well. And we also get the training to train them so they could stay in the valley as work.
So, in essence, the role of the schools is to try to create a successful path for their students when they matriculate through the school system and graduate and have an opportunity to be successful in life.
Correct, especially ICOE, because it's not just a conventional school, it's also alternative education programs for people, kids that drop out. We have a program as the Jaguars in Brawley for HVAC training. So not everyone wants to go to college or don't have the resources to go to college. So there is different type of technical training out there for them. ICOE has something for everyone. So people should look into it as far as education and training.
So in closing here, as our halftime guest, any closing commentary that you'd like to, or message that you'd like to say to our viewing audience?
Well, I'm just glad that we're all back in the field, playing out and being in a healthy environment. I want everybody to stay safe and have a great weekend.
Okay, well, Cesar Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen, from the Imperial County Office of Education, the Board of Trustees, and supporter of youth programs, as well as Vincent Memorial and the public school system here and a sponsor of VSN Sportsnet. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Cesar.
Thank you, Vic. Pleasure.
So back to Birger Field here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with more in a minute.
Dippy Duck wants to remind everyone to stay active, play safe, and be cool this summer. Even if you don't have access to a swimming pool, there are plenty of other ways to cool off without going near canals. To play it safe, please remember Dippy Duck's rules. Never swim in a canal, never play near canals, and never jump into a canal. If you see someone fall in, get help or call 911. If something drops in accidentally, let it go. Things can always be replaced, but your life can't. Just stay away, and you'll stay alive.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today 760-337-8600.
Well, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got some updates for you. The Brawley Wildcats, 7-2 and 3-0 in league, hosted the Bulldogs, 4-2 and 1-2 in league last night, and they took it to them at 48-7 of the final score. Calexico couldn't get off the ground, and the Wildcats were in midseason form. Next week, the Wildcats have a bye, and the Bulldogs travel to Imperial to take on the Tigers, and that game will be broadcast on VSN. Last night, it was broadcast on VSN, so you can catch that one too. The Spartans and the Tigers right now in the third quarter. Central 21, Imperial 0. The Tigers last week lost to Brawley 27-15. So the Tigers are in a tough spot tonight against the Central Spartans, who took on the Del Valle Conquistadores. And in Southwest and Palo Verde, it's halftime, or starting the third quarter, with Palo Verde 27 and Southwest 0. And we're getting set for the third quarter kickoff by the Scots as we're getting set to start this third quarter with Jose Guevara.
He'll be joined by Gallego, Elordi, Manriquez, Dávalos, Bejarano, Scolani, Riz, Velati on the kickoff coverage team.
And it'll go out of bounds inside the 5, but they'll take it at the 35 to start the series.
So, John, can you explain why, if it lands inside the 5-yard line, the ball comes out to the 35, but if it goes into the end zone, it comes out to the 20?
I believe there's a penalty because it goes out of bounds, and that adds 15 from the 20.
So that's not a strategic kick then?
No, he should have gone into the end zone.
Okay. Thanks for enlightening us.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm not a referee or anything, but
it sounds good. It sounds good. You had me fooled.
So 1st and 10 from the 35 as the Vikings come out of the huddle.
Or I could have said you had me at hello, John.
But that line is for Eric Reyes.
Right.
Hilfiger. That's Johnston. Finds a lot of room. Crossing midfield, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. Touchdown, Holtville. CJ Johnston from the 35-yard line takes it to the house, a 65-yard handoff.
Well, that's right, John. And this is what Vincent didn't want to see coming out of the gate here for the second half, is to give up a quick score like that on one play. So with 11:45 remaining here in the third quarter, the lightning bolt of the Vikings hits pay dirt as we get set for a Brian Padilla point after attempt.
And C.J. Johnston is holding the football for the point after, splitting the uprights. And the first play of the third quarter sees a touchdown for the Vikings.
Well, you know, this is a time now for the Vincent Memorial football program not to look at the scoreboard and just to try to run their offense, be methodical. If they get the big play, they get the big play, but you're not going to get 30 points on one pass. And just march down the field. The clock is on their side because they have almost 2 full quarters to play. Only 14 seconds will run off the clock on that scamper of 65 yards by Donovan Johnston. just come out and play football.
That's right. Come out and do what you were doing. Do what you have done to have a 5-game winning streak. Padilla kicking off for the Vikings. As we started the third quarter, one play on a 65-yard run by Donovan Johnston. And this one goes into the end zone. And the Scots will take it at the 20.
So Vincent Memorial comes out left to right. They go with Marco Gastella, Manuel Montaño, and Gabriel Guilin. The right side is Jesus Alonso Hurtado and Miguel Reynoso. At quarterback, Jacobo Elias. He's joined in the backfield with Armando Apodaca, number 33, and Diego Elordi, number 9. The wideouts are Andre Rodriguez, number 13, Luis Velati, number 1. And you'll see the occasional, number 14, Hector Manriquez, who will back up number 7, Max Ascolani, the tight end.
So the Scots with an empty backfield. Shotgun snap, quick pass to Rodriguez. Not much there. They'll lose a couple.
And that was number 21, Peyton Eiten. They're covering on the play. He wasn't fooled. Correction, number 24, that was Seth Eiten.
The sophomore.
Only a sophomore. John, there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores on both sides of the ball, as well as some talented juniors. These two teams are going to meet again next year, and they're going to be barn burners.
Well, Vincent's Division 4 and Holtville Division 5. But they're in the Desert League, both of them. Empty backfield. 3 receivers here to the near side with Jacobo Elias, shotgun snap. Flushed out of the pocket, decides to run, scrambles, evades a tackler, and is brought down from behind by Seth Eiten. But he'll get 9 yards. He'll get more than 9 yards and take it to about the 29.
Seth Eiten, Donovan Johnston just jumping on and riding like a bronking bull. We talk about the power ratings, John. Vincent Memorial is ranked number 13 in the max preps with a minus 19.4, but in the power rankings, they're ranked 13 again with a 41.0.
Elias
rating.
Shotgun snap. Apodaca in the left flat. Turns it up the field, goes the other direction. Will get the first down and a whole bunch more as he'll take it into the 45 at about the 43-yard line.
And that was number 6, Donovan Johnston, the defensive back, wrapping him up around the ankles, but not until Apodaca, who was running an underneath crossing pattern, was able to advance the ball to the Vincent 43-yard line. The ball located at the far hash mark in front of the Vincent bench. They're going right to left on your TV dial.
Elias finds a receiver in the right flat. That's Andre Rodriguez. He'll pick up about 6. But he'll take it to midfield. Crossing midfield, maybe 9 yards.
So defensively in the backfield for the Vikings, they go with number 9, Dorian Mays, number 10, Fermin Velarde, number 6, Donovan Johnston, number 21, Peyton Eiten, and Luis Garcia. The linebackers are number 50, Daniel Ledesma, and number 11, Mason Toten, along with number 90, Andres Luna.
2nd and a yard. Elias feels the pressure and is sacked there by number 12 for the Vikings.
But that was number 11 first. Mason Toten in to get in and make the initial contact and stop. And then number 12 coming in, that was Gabriel Panales of the Holtville Vikings, a 5'9" senior, 170 pounds.
So a loss of quite a few yards, the ball at the 40. Third and 14. Elias. Another sack. And that is, looks like 24, Seth Eiten.
24, Seth Eiten.
Sacking Jacobo Elias and pushing the ball further into Scott territory at the 31.
Also number 52, 6'3", 230-pound defensive lineman Ben Bentoncourt there assisting Iten with the tackle. So back to punt is Guevara,
And number 9, Mays,
Dorian Mays.
standing at his 33.
He has the potential to be a game breaker, John, and take it to the house. He's fast, shifty, and smart.
End over end. Takes a Scott bounce inside the 40 at about the 37. So the Viking 37, so the Vikings will take over 1st and 10.
So with 7:55 remaining in the third quarter, Holtville 36, Vincent Memorial 7. The Vikings have a first down at their own 36-yard line. Just shy of the 37.
So the Vikings on all cylinders tonight.
Well, they've had a balanced attack, John, but the Vincent defense hasn't been able to figure out this trap running of the Vikings with Johnston and the Iten brothers.
And he give it to Donovan Johnston. Left side, but the defensive line of the Scots doesn't allow more than 2 yards.
Well, the defensive line of Gonzalez, Zavala, and Santillan, along with a little bit of Emilio Fimbres, they weren't fooled on that play. So the halftime locker room talk by Manuel Padilla, their defensive coordinator, showing positive results there on that play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Vikings.
At the 39. Johnston, I believe, with a handoff. No, number 17. We have someone new in there. Number 17, Vic.
That's Zephyrin
Duarte. Duarte taking the handoff and getting some yardage. It'll be 3rd and about 4.
And speaking of Duarte, John, the Vincent Memorial Scots have number 60, Gabriel Tobias Duarte, playing for the Scots.
Hilfiger, shotgun. Gives it to Duarte again. He'll take it to the first down marker.
Brought down by number 50, Diego Santillan.
And they'll move the chains.
Along with number 45, Roliver Aguirre. And number 23, Nicholas Davalos.
So the Vikings with the first down on the handoff to Duarte put the ball at the 47 of Holtville.
So the Scots going with Reese, number 4, Ascolani, number 7.
And then Wildcat offense didn't work at all on that play.
They didn't fool Roliver Aguirre, number 45, as he made that tackle.
On Seth Iten.
And was it for a loss or at the line of scrimmage?
That's at the line, so no gain on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings from their own 47-yard line.
5:55 to go, third quarter.
The Scots defending the western goal here as the field that Birger Field runs in a east-west direction. And the Vikings are going west.
2nd and 10 from the 47.
What did they put in this water?
Hilfiger, shotgun. Running the option to Johnston. Johnston crossing midfield and brought down from behind by number 57 for the Scots.
57 is Jesus Alonso Hurtado.
But there's a flag.
That wouldn't be considered a horse collar, would it?
Yeah, I believe because
but he grabbed the back of his jersey, not the neck.
But from behind, and I believe our friend Will Torres said that if they grab him from behind, it's a horse collar, but not from the front.
Okay, well, the primary objective of the Imperial Valley Referees Association and referees nationwide is the safety of the player. So that's understandable, particularly at the high school level.
And they're moving it inside the 30 at the 28-yard line going in. So Hilfiger on a 1st and 10.
He's in shotgun formation.
He'll take the snap, and he's giving it to Donovan Johnston to the 25. A pickup of 3. So Johnston will take it to the 26.
So Nicholas Davalos, Diego Gallego, and company, along with Juan Carlos Bejarano, number 2, in to make the stop.
The Vikings have the rhythm. They've got the momentum. They've got the lead. And they're deep in Scott territory. On a 2nd down and 7.
Well, you know, the Scots came in to the game with a lot of confidence.
So Seth Eiton drops the ball, picks it up, and grabs another 12, 13 yards and takes it to the 16-yard line.
You know, Donovan Johnston's only 5'6", 140 pounds. Seth Eiton, a sophomore, is 5'8", 155 pounds. And Peyton is 5'8", 160 pounds. But they run like they're 30 pounds heavier, and they run with authority.
And elusiveness, too.
Yes.
Because you've seen them zigging, zagging right underneath there.
But, you know, in the offseason, John, not only are they hitting the weight program, but they're also in the wrestling program. And so they learn how to use their legs, their balance, using their hands, and how to propel themselves with excellent strength and power.
1st and 10 at the 11 with a quick pitch to Donovan Johnston, knocked out of bounds.
And that was number 57, Hurtado again, along with Diego Elordi, number 30, and number 23, Nicholas Davalos. But the Scots are giving up too much yardage to the Viking running game. Oh, that's what I call Diego Gallego.
You called it Ilurde, but that's okay. It's 2nd down and 12.
Well, the other surprising thing, John, on this roster, there's about 4 or 5 Diegos.
Right. Hilfiger looking over the middle. A man is open. It looks like it's intercepted by the Scots.
Number 4, Miguel Reis, who changed his jersey before the game from number 3 to number 4, and he tacks up an interception there.
Saving a touchdown.
One step in the end zone, cutting across for the intended receiver, Roger Rolfe, and as a result, the Scots bite the bullet, and they bring the ball out, and they take over on a turnover at 3:31 remaining in the 3rd quarter by quarterbacks Spencer Hilfiger. So the Vincent Memorial Scots, John, find themselves down by a score of 36-7. They're backed up deep into their own territory inside the 15, the ball at the 14-yard line. They have a set of plays that they use from the 1-yard line out to the 40, out to the 11, and then from the 11 to the 50. So let's see what is in the bag of tricks for Elias.
Right side. Look for Apodaca, 3 receivers on that side, incomplete. Apodaca running a slant.
Covering on the play, number 3, strong safety, Roger Rolfe. So the ball was thrown where no one had a chance to catch it. As a result, it falls incomplete, a 2nd and 10 with 3:27 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Holtville 36, Vincent 7.
Elias, empty backfield. 2nd and 10 from the 14. Low snap. And Elias is sacked at about the 5-yard line.
That was number 52, Ben Bentoncourt.
So a loss of quite a few yards, almost 8 yards.
So it'll be 3rd and 18. The ball at the 7-yard line.
With Elias at the goal line now in the end zone, scrambling, looking for somebody. A man is open. The pass is caught. A dump and run and staying in bounds. Almost. Who was that? That is number 1.
That's Luis Velati.
Velati. But they're bringing it back.
Holding call against the Vincent Memorial lineman, nullifying that 1st down gain. And so as a result,
half the distance to the goal line.
Right, they'll be snapping it from inside the 5 at the 4. That's if the referees are generous. The ball is at the 2-yard line. So Elias in shotgun formation will be standing midway into the Scott end zone.
And what could have been
good
yardage.
Are you ready for a 98-yard touchdown play?
Low snap. Elias finds number 6. That is. Was that number 6? Number 9. Elordi. Excuse me.
Diego Elordi.
Yeah, and so they're going to have to punt the football away.
I thought it was going to be a hook and ladder there with Andre Rodriguez running the short route.
So Jose Guevara will be punting from the middle of his end zone.
So a nice round of applause by the Holtville fans here for the Vincent Memorial Scott cheerleaders as they come to join the Holtville Viking cheerleaders to entertain the audience here with a joint cheer.
Spiral, take a Scott bounce, crossing midfield inside the 45 to about the 43, and he wanted to roll some more. No, it's not going to happen.
And that was number 5, Esteban Sanchez, adding a little comic relief here to the disappointment of the Vincent fans who find themselves down by a score of 36-7.
For the best burgers in town, it's Burgers and Beer at 260 North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. Open 7 days a week. Great food, great service. That's Burgers and Beer. Subscribe to our VSN YouTube channel and follow VSN on Instagram. And by Ivy Welding and Mechanical. Ivy Welding, exceeding client expectations and upholding industry regulations. Ivy Welding and Mechanical in El Centro.
So with 1:43 remaining here in the third quarter, the Vikings will take over at their own 43-yard line.
Hilfiger, clapping, handing off to Peyton Knighton. Crossing up to about the 45-yard line.
Well, the Vikings using a lot of angle blocking with their offensive linemen, John, as they're blocking down on their inside shoulder to the Vincent defense, and as a result, they're running counter plays or trap plays, utilizing the agility of Donovan Johnston or the running power of Seth and Peyton Knighton to get valuable yardage.
A little over a minute in this third quarter, 2nd and 7.
And not only that, John, they're going to be chewing up game time.
It looks like Donovan Johnston, if I'm not mistaken. And he'll pick up 4.
That was number 2 for the Scots, Bejarano, making the initial contact, joined in by number 65, Gabriel Gonzalez, and number 45, Roliver Aguirre. So the Viking offense going after the Scott defense led by Miguel Ruiz, Max Ascolani, Diego Gallego, and Nicolas Davalos playing the defensive backs and safeties position. The outside linebackers are Bejarano and Sanchez, along with Roliver Aguirre in the middle.
3rd and 3 from midfield. Handoff to Peyton Knighton. Going left side, he'll take it inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line for another Holtville first down.
Well, you had the guards pulling on that play, and that was Alexis Roldan and Austin Trevino of the Vikings, and as a result, they were able to kick out the defensive side of Pablo Zavala and Gabriel Gonzalez, and Knighton able to take it for valuable yardage for a first down.
And that's the end of the third quarter with the score 36-7 Holtville. Marianne Valenzuela, your State Farm Insurance agent in the Imperial Valley, is like a good neighbor. She's located at 122 Main in Brawley. Marianne Valenzuela Fenley, State Farm Insurance. Top-notch barbershop at 317 Wake Avenue. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 8 to 9, Sundays 8 to 5. Regular haircuts are $20, and on Wednesday it's $15. That's Top Notch Barbershop. And by the Calexico Chronicle for the best high school sports coverage around, the Calexico Chronicle and the Holtville Tribune in print or online. And the Robinson Ford family is proud to support breast cancer awareness. We pray for the many people in our Imperial Valley who have suffered from this grave illness. Stomp out breast cancer in the month of October. And Robinson Ford Sales reminds you, due to the chip shortage, new car inventory is increasing slower than usual. So a 1st and 10 for the Vikes going right to left down at the Scott 33-yard line. Hilfiger Hands it off to Peyton Knighton. He'll turn it up and go to the 30 for a pickup of 2.
Bejarano, number 2, in for the tackle. So, John, the score is 36-7. 11:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Is there time for Vincent to get back into this ball game? And if so, how do you propose that they do it?
Well, it'd be tough because Vincent would have to have a balanced offense with running and passing, and they haven't been able to establish the run. So I think, I don't want to say, but it will be very difficult for them to get back in.
That was Duarte with a carry running behind the blocking of Trevino and Marquez up the middle, going against the heart of the Scott defense and Gonzalez and Satian.
So in the green zone at the 26-yard line, a 3rd and short for the Vikings.
So with the inability of the Scots to mount a running game, it allowed the Holtville defensive linemen and linebackers just to blitz or put pressure on the quarterback, Elias, throughout the game.
So that's Duarte again. Will take it to the 25.
Now this looks like a different Holtville team that we saw against the Imperial Tigers 3 weeks ago, as they weren't able to score other than that electrifying kickoff return by Darian Mays for 90 yards to start the game.
There Mays is coming in with Hilfiger on a 4th and about 2.
He wears jersey number 9. Hopefully they'll take the wraps off him as he splits out to the far side, being guarded man-to-man by Diego Elordi. By Diego Gallego.
The ball at the 25. Quick pitch to Donovan Johnston. Turning the corner, gets a first down and take it inside, but there's a penalty flag, maybe a late hit way out there.
Well, that tackle might have been out of frustration as Johnson able to get that first down on a 4th and 3. What are they calling, a personal foul?
They're having a discussion there. And looks like there may be an injured player. And having a tough time to get up.
Speaking of Dorian Mays, he was the lead blocker on that play, going mano a mano with Diego Gallego, number 30.
Looks
And I don't see his number among the group of Holtville players huddled over there where they would typically form their offensive huddle.
It might be going against Holtville.
So into the game for the Vikings is number... It might have been a cramp there. They've got the leg extended there, the right leg. You know, it was senior night here for the Holtville Viking seniors, and it was interesting to see them come out with their cowboy hats, their Western hats, instead of their helmets, as they were accompanied by their parents.
I saw one of the parents give a big shout, "Yeehaw!" as the kids were coming down the near sideline.
Well, you've got the cattle call coming to Brawley the weekend of the 13th and 14th, I believe, in that Saturday, Sunday.
And timeout is called with 10:03 to go in this
of November.
Fourth quarter. Have you earned your varsity letter? We'll get your Letterman jacket started today at lettermanandbros.com. Ask for Dan at 760-693-5034. Letterman's and Bros. And by Esqued Realty. Get your top dollar on your investment. Call Mark Esqued, real estate broker. Over 27 years of providing service to the Imperial Valley. 760-357-9707. Esqued Realty, the mark of excellence. The Town Pump Steakhouse is open Tuesday through Saturday. Call us at 760-344-3663 for reservations. That's the Town Pump. Come by and experience a Valley tradition for over 50 years. And by Imperial Printers. What can we print for you today at 430 West Main in El Centro? Imperial Printers can get you started on your next project. From business cards to yard signs, that's Imperial Printers. And by Keystone HR. You need a job? You need to hire someone who needs a job? Give Keystone HR a call at 357-2929 for your staffing needs. Keystone HR in Calexico, a proud sponsor of Imperial Valley football. And by the Dom Team Real Estate Company, serves the entire Imperial Valley with a full array of services, limited not only to residential, but including farmland, commercial, and industrial ground. For honest and reliable real estate advice, it's the Dom Team at 337-8600. And by Jesus Cachu Escobar, a proud sponsor of VSN and supervisor District 1. And he wishes all the Valley teams in 2021 a great season. You want to stay up to date with the latest in Imperial Valley sports coverage? Follow us on Twitter at Valley Sports Net and make sure you have your post notifications turned on. Okay, the Vikings on a 4th down and about 6. A bad snap goes over the head of Hilfiger. He needs to fall on it, but he doesn't. It looks like Vincent may have the football.
So with 9:56 remaining here in the 4th quarter, the Scots get a break here on a botched snap to Hilfiger, who was in shotgun formation. And as a result, the Scots get the ball at the
48, it looks like.
48-yard line. They would have gotten the ball anyway on a turnover of downs, but the excellent field position for the high-octane offense that's been kept under wraps by the Viking defense. So the Scots looking to light up the scoreboard here with 9:56 remaining, John, to get back into the ball game.
And if they get this drive right, they'll get closer, but it's going to be tough because there's only just a little under 10 minutes to go in this football game. Empty backfield, 4 receivers to the near side. Andre Rodriguez split left. Low snap. Over the middle. Ilurde in a seam route. Takes it to the 30. A pickup of pretty close to 25 yards. At 1st and 10 for the Scots. Move those chains.
Well, you had the corner blitz coming in on Elias, and as a result, Ilurde quickly ran to the open spot in the zone that was vacated, and Elias found him for that completion.
And he's rolling out, scrambling, looking deep. Amenezer Apodaca caught inside. Does he get it? His feet were there. Touchdown, Vincent Memorial. And just like that, the Scots explode and score.
And just like Fernando Santana, the assistant head coach, described in the middle of the week when I attended their practice, that's all by design. When Elias is flushed out of the pocket and forced to his right, the receivers all break to the near sideline in the direction he's going, and he throws to the sideline like you saw there, where the receiver keeps his feet in bounds. And the deep receiver runs to the end zone. And just like that, Vincent is back in the ball game with a 48-yard touchdown pass, as the Scots will be going for 2 under center, Elias. He bobbles a snap.
And he'll try to take it up, but he won't. And he gets stopped about the 1. So 9:28 to go in this football game. The Scots score 1 touchdown, 36-13 Holtville. Tonight's game is brought to you by Ojeda Industries, commercial and industrial equipment supplier, and voted Imperial Valley Press Reader's Choice for the best farming equipment provider in 2019. Located in Brawley, that's Ojeda Industries. And by Reach Air Medical Service, medical air transport. Patient care is our #1 priority. Compassionate, medically effective methods for patient transport. Fast, safe, reliable. Modern-day heroes, that's Reach Air Medical Service with Donnie Wharton. And by Arctic Air Conditioning. We know that having the right people on the job is just as important as choosing the best equipment. Our York-trained professionals provide you with top-quality equipment, skilled installation, and expert analysis of your comfort needs. Contact Arctic Air at 352-8855.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on a 48-yard scoring strike from Jacobo Elias, as we get set for the Guevara kick. It might be an onside kick, and they've got their onside coverage team there.
Does it go 10 yards? It's picked up by number 11 for the Vikings.
That's Toten.
And brought down by number 15, the kicker.
And that's Guevara. So Mason Toten alertly picking up the football instead of falling down. There was only one man in front of him, and he decided to try to hit pay dirt. As a result, he takes the ball deep into Scott territory.
Inside the 30 at the 28. So the Vikings will get a first down at the Scott 28-yard line going in.
So the Vikings in the green zone from the 30 to the 20 as they're led out of the huddle by their quarterback, number 22, Spencer Hilfiker. He's joined in the backfield with Peyton Knighton, Seth Knighton, and Donovan Johnston.
And Duarte, and he's going to give it to number 21. Peyton Knighton takes it in for a touchdown for Holtville. Peyton Knighton gets that handoff and finds a lot of room.
A 28-yard scoring run as the Vikings react and respond quickly to the Vincent touchdown as they add one on of their own, and now they extend their lead to 42-13 with 9:14 remaining here in this fourth quarter in this important Desert League matchup.
Exactly, with Brian Padilla for the point after. And the extra point is good, splitting the uprights with 9:14 to go, fourth quarter, 43-13. Holtville. At Sanders Incorporated, architecture and engineering is our expertise. A leader in design, development, and delivery, Sanders Incorporated is a proud supporter of Imperial Valley football, and we wish all of our Imperial Valley schools a safe and successful season. The perfect time for you to refinance may be now. Don't miss your chance to save cash or shorten your loan term. Call George Nava at Nava Commercial Capital and Real Estate at 760-960-3049. Nava Commercial Capital and Real Estate. Dippy Duck, the IID's official safety mascot, has been teaching children water safety for more than 50 years. Recognizing the need to further educate youth in the Valley, he recently took on the challenge of promoting energy safety as well. Remember, please stay safe around canals. Padilla kicking off for the Vikings. End over end deep. Be returned by Apodaca inside the 5, and now he hands it off to number 5, who drops it, picks it back up.
That was Sanchez, and it looks like Holtville may have recovered unless they whistled the ball dead at the 15-yard line of Vincent Memorial.
And we'll see where Gene Martin is standing right at the 15, and they're bringing the ball back to the Holtville bench. So it'll be Scott ball at the 15.
So offensively, the Vincent Memorial Scots trying to get back into this ball game. They're down by 30 points, 43-13. 9:05 remaining in the fourth quarter, with a passing ability and playmaking of Jacobo Elias and the receiving of Elordi, Rodriguez, Velati, and Ascolani. Anything's possible, John.
And with an empty backfield, shotgun snap, looking for a receiver is caught. That is Andre Rodriguez in the left flat. He'll get a first and 10, move those chains.
Number 9, Dorian Mays, in to make that shoestring tackle, not allowing Rodriguez to add additional yardage, but enough for a first down.
Elias looking deep. Everybody's there. Number 9 passes, got Alurdi. 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. Touchdown, Vincent Memorial.
Just like that, John, that quick strike ability of Elias to Elordi, good for another touchdown. That was what, 70 yards?
On a seam route, Vic, right up the middle.
There were 2 receivers in the area, and Elordi comes up with it.
They were all bunched up.
And the Scots extend their points to 19 as they get set for the extra point. David Wong giving final instructions.
And they may be going for 2 again.
Well, they've got nothing to lose, John.
And they will go for 2.
It's just like when you're down by 8 or 10 in the fourth quarter in a basketball game, you're shooting threes.
Low snap. Looking across the field. The pass is caught. Number 9, Elordi, gets the 2-point conversion.
So the Scots with 21 points now to the Viking 43. It's an advantage of 43-21.
There's a flag.
Roughing the passer.
That'll be taken out the kickoff.
So with 8:41 remaining here in an exciting fourth quarter of Desert League action, the Holtville Vikings 43, the visiting Vincent Memorial Scots 21.
This is a high-scoring game. Tonight's game is brought to you by Johnny's Burritos, a family-run business since 1963 by Johnny Palomino and his wife, Ana Maria Palomino. Enjoy what you love. That's Johnny's Burritos, Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial, open Monday through Saturday. And by Havens & Sons Trucking and Landscaping at 603 East Main Street in El Centro, specializing in gravel, rock, and stone. For your next project, call Havens Landscaping, 352-6735. Proud sponsor of VSN. Subscribe to the VSN YouTube channel and follow VSN on Instagram.
Well, John, once again, another onside kick opportunity for Guevara, the kicker for Vincent. On the right side, you have number 5, Sanchez, number 52, Fimbres, number 2, Bejerano, Manriquez, number 14, and Gallego. On the left side of the kicker, you'll have Elordi, Davalos, Ascolani, Reese, and Velati, as they're going to try to get in and recover that football with the Vikings. The Vikings have their all-receivers team up in front, standing inside their 40-yard line at the 35-yard line. They'll be kicking from the Holtville 45-yard line.
Needs to go 10 yards, and they're on-siding it. This time it takes a good bounce, and Vincent is on it inside the 30 at about the 27. Wow, what an amazing turn of events here in the second half.
That was number 30, Diego Gallego, alertly falling on the football at the 27-yard line. So Vincent Memorial with 8:41 remaining in the fourth quarter, down by a score of 43-21, and that with excellent field position.
So the ball at the 27, 1st and 10 for the Scots.
An empty backfield.
Three on this side, 2 on the other. Low snap. Elias steps up, runs with the ball, but gets brought down after gaining 5 yards.
And the clock keeps running on a running play. 8:31, 8:30, 8:29 as the no-huddle offense employed by the Scott offense.
2nd and about 5.
What's in that water?
Jacobo keeping it, scrambling, going out of bounds and getting a 1st and 10. Move those chains. He'll pick up 7 or 8.
So the athleticism and skill of Jacobo Elias, only a sophomore, in his 6th game as a starting quarterback. He's 5-0.
1st and 10 at about the 15. Going in, Elias takes a shotgun snap, low. Scramble, breaks a tackle. Looking deep, just shooting it up in the air. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. It's intercepted by Mays. Dorian Mays on the interception.
Well, the scrambling Elias a la Fran Tarkenton of the Minnesota Vikings back in the late 60s, throwing off balance and hitting the ground as he was hit, threw up what you wouldn't call it a wounded duck, John. It had a spiral inside, just shy of the goal line, and it was up for grabs, a Hail Mary pass, if you will, and the Vikings, with Dorian Mays, come up with the interception.
So the Vikings have it at their own 5-yard line. 1st and 10. Hilfiger handing it off to one of the Eiton brothers. And that's Peyton will pick up 10, and that'll be a 1st down. Another one.
Well, you would expect the Vikings just to keep the ball on the ground to chew up the clock time. And so the Scott defense has to rise to the occasion, John. There's still time to get back in the ball game. As Vincent has shown, they have this quick strike capability of scoring touchdowns.
7:33 to go in the game. Hilfiger, hands off. That is Johnston, but brought down for a big loss inside the 10.
Number 68, Pablo Zavala, was the first to put his hands on him, and then Esteban Sanchez, number 5, wrapped him up and threw him to the ground, and as a result, there's a loss on the play.
They'll spot it at the 9, so a second and about 14. They've got to get up to the 25.
The ball at the 9-yard line, so second and 16.
Hilfiger pitches it to Peyton Knighton. Tries to turn it up the field. Gained some yardage there, but still not at the original first down marker. Bejarano's on the stop for the Scots.
So
And
time is called.
With 6.5 to go in this football game, 43-21, Holtville. Fred Miramontes, Undersheriff, reminds you that you can start a neighborhood watch program in your rural area. The Sheriff's Department Crime Prevention Unit can assist by meeting with you and your neighbors. Call 442-265-2000 for more information. Support your neighborhood watch volunteers. And by Que Pasa Calexico podcast for candid conversations with many of Imperial Valley personalities. Jose Alejos has been hosting the podcast for over 5 years and has interviewed people who have ties to the Imperial Valley. Stay tuned to the next Que Pasa Calexico with Jose Alejos and Eric Reyes. Grow, learn, and make the Imperial Valley a better place. 6.5 to go in this football game. The Vikes have the football inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line.
You know, the quarterback, Spencer Hilfiger, is a good passer, John, and also a good runner. He may try to play action here and hit Mays here, who's flanked out to the near sideline, guarded by Gallego.
A pitch to Peyton Eiton. Stopped and dropped inside the 10 for a loss of about 5.
And that was number 68, Pablo Zavala, only a freshman, John, playing defensive end.
And they're going to have to punt the football, Vic. Oh, wait a minute, there's a timeout called.
You know, Vincent Memorial has an uncanny knack of uncovering gems in their freshman class. It all started with Baraquiel Fimbres 4 years ago, and now they have another one in Pablo Zavala, as well as Emilio Fimbres, both bookend defensive ends and only freshmen.
Well, this game has been a high-scoring matchup. As you see, there's 64 points on the board total.
Well, you know, Vincent came in with a high-octane offense, and they started out like gangbusters, moving the ball in the air. They had one touchdown called back, and as a result, it seemed to let the air out of the balloon or the football. And Holtville regrouped, regained their composure, and was able to jump out to an early lead, and they've held on to it. But Vincent seems to be getting untracked now. Is it too little, too late with 6:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter, down by a score of 43-21, and the Vikings faced with a 4th and 12 as
Brian Padilla gets set to punt.
In his own end zone.
And it's blocked, and the Scots fall on it for a touchdown. Wait a minute. Did they get roughing the punter? We haven't.
No, it's a live ball if they block it.
Right, I believe they blocked it. It's a touchdown. That's what I thought. The Scots block a Padilla punt and fall on it in the end zone for another touchdown.
And just like that, with 3 seconds run off the clock, the
defense comes. The defense comes to help out.
So you can't count the Scots out yet, John. With
special teams,
4:14 remaining.
And
6:14, excuse me.
The special teams gave them a good field position on that Diego fall on it, and now a touchdown.
Well, you have to remember there was an interception by Mays that
Vincent turned the ball over, so now they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. Elias under center. He decides to run the bootleg. Can't find anybody, tries to do something, but is stopped by Mays. And so, with 6:13 to go, 43-27, Holtville.
43-27. Had to pull off the comeback.
We have some updates. Central and Imperial. The final score, Central 28, Imperial 7. And in the fourth quarter, Palo Verde 41, Southwest 12. And tonight here, Holtville 43, Vincent 27. Another onside, but I believe there may have been a false start.
Well, you know, it's evident that the Vincent Memorial Scott coaching staff has spent time on special teams on these onside kicks and also fumble recoveries and what have you, and how to turn those turnovers into positive results. As a result, they blocked the punt attempt of Padilla standing in his own end zone and Diego Gallego recovering. And as a result, the Scots are back into this ball game with 6:13 remaining. Down by 16 points, 43-27. They need 3 scores to take the lead. The Vikings coming up close. The kick only has to travel 10 yards.
And he goes deep this time. There's nobody out there. And it'll be picked up by Mays. Inside the 10. Breaking tackles coming down the far sideline. He's got room, but is stopped by Jose Guevara at about the 40.
Well, Mays, who ran back the opening kickoff against Imperial 2 weeks ago for a 90-yard touchdown return, here showing his elusiveness as he takes that deep kick at his own 3-yard line, sidestep a couple of tacklers, and then was able to bring the ball out to the 41-yard line. Only one man between him and pay dirt, but luckily for the Scots, they were able to wrap him up, and now the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Hilfiger, shotgun. Handed off to Peyton Eiton, right side, and just ground and pound to the 45, 44.
Well, the offensive line of the Vikings of Ledesma, Trevino, Marquez, Roldan, and Hilfiger, Smith Hilfiger, Spencer's younger brother, who was a freshman, all they're doing is utilizing angle blocking and blocking down on the defensive linemen of the Scots to create running lanes.
2nd and 6. Hand off to Peyton. Nothing there. Lose a yard.
So the Scots implementing a base 4-3 defense. That's 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers that are sitting in on the gap, and they're shooting the gaps and trying to disrupt that angle blocking as time is called with 5:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Vikings 43, the Scots 27.
La Resaca has the absolute best Mexican-style seafood, chabelas, and of course best clamatos anywhere. Try the Sonora Fusion in El Centro for the best cuts of aged beef. La Resaca at 221 Campillo, in Calexico, and in El Centro at 6th and State. So very, very interesting football game in the second half, Vic, as the Scots have exploded on the scoreboard.
Well, they've created turnovers, but they've also given the ball up on turnovers, on interceptions.
And there have been some penalties that have brought the football back.
Right, so they've been their own worst enemy, and it's frustrating for the coaching staff and the players as well, because they've been so close to knocking on the door to score, and yet they find themselves at this deficit of 43-27.
Third and about 8 for the Vikings. The ball at their own 43-yard line.
But there's still hope. They feel like they're optimistic that they have a chance to pull this game out. It's a race against the clock.
Hilfiger to Eiton. Peyton will take it up. Get about 5.
But they're going to have to stop this running game of the Vikings, utilizing the running ability of Peyton Eiton, Seth Eiton, and Donovan Johnston. Mixing it in with an occasional run by the quarterback, Spencer Hilfiger, along with Duarte, Zephan Duarte, who's been in there, seen some action in the second half.
So a 4th down and about 3.
Fourth or third? Fourth down and... Okay, do you punt the ball?
No, they're going to try for it. Hilfiger can keep it, as he's done in the past.
Well, he has the running ability, John, to bowl his way and run over the smaller defensive player. But the Vincent Memorial Scots on that front line of Zavala, Gonzalez, Santillan, and Fimbres are all pushing the scales at 230 plus, from 230 pounds to 260 pounds. But do they have that lateral speed if the Holtville running back, whoever has the ball, decides to carry the ball to the outside?
5:23 to go. Low snap. Hilfiger keeps it, and just like that, gets a first down and more.
Bowls his way up the middle, running behind the blocking of Alan Marquez to get that first down.
So on a 4th and about 3, Hilfiger keeps the football and takes it to the Scott 47.
Okay, so they're having problems with the scoreboard. I believe time will be stopped right here. An official timeout.
There's about 5 minutes to go in this football game. 43-27. Holtville. On a 1st and 10, the Vikings are coming out.
We should have brought out our Valley Sports Net sweatshirts, John. It's getting cool up here.
Peyton Eiton. 2 yards to the 45.
These summer look polo shirts don't get it anymore.
Well, we just left the hot weather, 2 weeks ago? We got 2 seasons in the Valley. Hotter than hell and colder than you know what.
You have a way with words, John. The soliloquy.
2nd and 8 for the Vikes at the 45.
Way to describe the picture on the field. Give us a weather update.
4:45 and counting. Hilfiger keeps it, fakes the dive, straight arms.
And that was number 68, Pablo Zavala, only a freshman defensive end.
Wow, he came in there quick and brought down big Spencer Hilfiger.
You know, Cesar Rodriguez, our halftime guest, representing the Imperial County Office of Education and also a parent of a Scott football player, Andre Rodriguez, was talking about the feeder program of Vincent Memorial unofficially. You have the Soros Pop Warner program and the Halcones, which is kind of not as strong as it used to be. And with the pandemic, a lot of the kids in Mexicali didn't get to participate in these programs. But these kids that have come out for football at Vincent Memorial have a high football IQ. And it's evident here, particularly with Pablo Zavala on that play, busting it up and sacking Spencer Hilfiger for a loss. So they're faced with a 3rd and 15, the ball at the Holtville 49, 4:45 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
They took off 45 seconds. There's 4 minutes to go. And the Vikings up on top, 43-27. The ball at their own 49 on a 3rd and 15. So Hilfiger with Mays split out to the far side. Pitches it to Peyton Eiton, crossing midfield and into the 45 of Vincent Memorial.
So they're faced with another fourth down with 3:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And, you know, I'd like to commend the Imperial Valley Association of Football officials, particularly Gene Martin, wearing the white hat, and the head referee. He's joined by umpire John Robb, head linesman Nathan Binketts, along with line judge James Bentley and back judge Mike Garcia. A well-officiated game here as the Holtville Vikings call a timeout with 3:02 remaining. The score 43-27.
We'll be right back with a message from our sponsor.
Dippy Duck wants to remind everyone to stay active, play safe, and be cool this summer. Even if you don't have access to a swimming pool, there are plenty of other ways to cool off without going near canals. To play it safe, please remember Dippy Duck's rules. Never swim in a canal, never play near canals, and never jump into a canal. If you see someone fall in, get help or call 911. If something drops in accidentally, let it go. Things can always be replaced, but your life can't. Just stay away, and you'll stay alive.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with 2:55 to go in this football game. Holtville, Vincent, the battle for the Desert League. Second place more than likely because Palo Verde is pretty strong up there in this league.
You know, John, you got to commend these referees headed by John Seaman, the president of the association, and who also does collegiate ball on Saturdays. For example, like Nathan Binkins, who teaches fourth grade out at the McCabe School System at Corfman, an outstanding teacher, well-liked by his students, and a great educator, along with his other associates in Bentley, Garcia, Robb, and Martin.
Fourth down. Hilfiger looking left side, shooting for Roger Rolfe, incomplete. They'll turn the ball over to the Scots. There's a penalty flag against the Vikings, which will be declined. So the Scots have 2 minutes, 51 seconds to do something here. If they can, they're down 43-27. Next week on our VSN, we'll travel to Imperial. VSN, Victor and I and the crew will go to Imperial to do the Calexico Imperial game. And then Ron Rubio and Will Torres will be doing the Southwest Central City Championship. 1st and 10, the Scots. Elias, empty backfield. Pumps, scrambles, and is sacked inside the 25-yard line.
That was Mason Toten, the defensive end for the Vikings, there to make the final wrap-up on Elias.
And it'll be second and about 20.
6'3", 180-pounder.
Elias on a 2nd and 20 out of the shotgun. Scrambling. Runs into his man, fumbles a football, falls on it.
Well, one thing about Jacobo Elias, John, he's a highlight film. You know, you don't know what's going to happen, and you're excited watching him, whether he's running the football, passing it.
3rd and about 25. Jacobo Elias way back at his own 26. Shotgun snap. Looking. Andre Rodriguez is there. He catches the football and takes it to the 40.
So faced with a 3rd and 27, Rodriguez able to take that pass from Elias out to the Vincent
40-yard line.
40-yard line. They need to get to the Viking 46 for a first down.
And they got about a minute 25 to go. Elias, empty backfield, low snap, steps up, looking for Rodriguez, but
where's the penalty flag?
There could have been a flag, but they didn't throw it.
Did Mays impair his opportunity to come back and catch that football?
And they turn the ball over on downs to the Vikings, who no doubt will do a victory formation.
So with 1:12 remaining here in a well-played football game between the Vincent Memorial Scots and the Holtville Vikings here at Birger Field, the Vikings will take over, leading by a score of 43-27. It looks like the Scots will fall to 1-1 in Desert League, and the Vikings, who lost 41-7 last week against Palo Verde in the league opener, will come to 1-1. So the Scots and Vikings will be tied, and I'm presuming the Vikings everybody will be looking at the scoreboard up in Blythe as the Palo Verde Yellow Jackets were hosting the Calipatra Hornets. Do you have a score on that one, John?
Yeah, the Calipatra Hornets are down 27-0. That's the final score. Mountain Empire over Calipat.
Oh, over Calipat. So Palo Verde was playing Southwest.
And they were up 41-12 in the fourth.
That's a non-league game.
That's a non-league game, yes.
So the Vikings in their victory formation will let the clock run out as the players are gathering at the 50-yard line, where they'll exchange their sportsmanship handshakes.
And a hard-fought battle by both teams tonight.
Right. Initially, it could have gone either way as they came out sparring in the first quarter, and then the Vikings finally broke the ice in the closing minute of the first quarter to score their first touchdown of the game legally, as the Vincent Scots were denied earlier on a penalty infraction.
And we'll be back with more in a minute on the VSN, Valley Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, it was exciting Imperial Valley football, brought to you here on VSN Sportsnet as the Holtville Vikings hosting the visiting Vincent Memorial Scots eke out a 43-27 victory. A well-played game, scoreless in the first quarter until the last minute when the Holtville Vikings broke ice and hit pay dirt. And after that, they were nursing a 21-0 lead, and the Vincent Memorial Scots playing catch-up the whole game, but catch-up with an exciting flair as Jacobo Elias passing and running, the receiving of Diego Elordi, along with Andre Rodriguez and Mr. Apodaca. It was an exciting game to watch, John, as well as to broadcast.
Well, it was a tale of two cities, like you've used that before, where one team loved to throw the football, the other team loved to run it, but special teams played an important role tonight as the Scots blocked a punt deep in Holtville Viking territory to put 6 points on the board for the Scots, which was very interesting, and it could have turned things around had the Scots been able to get momentum and move the ball forward.
Well, the Scots had a couple of costly turnovers and 2 interceptions in the first half, and Holtville was able to capitalize them. Both teams well coached. The Vincent Memorial Scots with David Wong and Fernando Santana, and on the Holtville side of the ball, Jason Turner. They've met before. They each had won 3 games against each other. They came in with 3-3 one-loss records, and tonight, breaking that tie was Jason Turner and the Holtville Vikings as they now control the series 4-3.
And you know, Holtville had their own arsenal with the Eiton brothers. They had Hilfiger running the football. They are setting up the run. They're setting up the pass with the run. And they just did what they always do week in and week out.
Well, the spark plug was really Donovan Johnston, who was inserted into running back as well as from the wing back position. And he had some timely runs of 10 yards or more that kept the Holtville Viking offense alive to move the ball downfield. And the Vincent Scott defense didn't know really who to single out, whether it was the Eiton brothers or Hilfiger. And here comes the 5'6", Donovan Johnston, and surprised everybody. But a football player he is, quality talent, and as a result, Holtville walks away with a 43-27 victory.
And we'd like to thank all our viewing audience tonight, and of course our cameraman Panchito Garcia, and our engineer in the booth Jose Alejos, and of course our VSN North crew, Will Torres, Ron Rubio, Joaquin Matus, Sarah Rubalcaba, who did the Central and Imperial game tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank our halftime guest, Mr. Cesar Rodriguez. Please join us next week when the VSN crew of Vic and John go to Imperial to call the Calexico Imperial game. Again, tonight's final score, Holtville 43, Vincent 27. For Rick Carrillo, this is John Moreno saying good night on the Valley Sports Network.
Good night, everybody.